Elaine Poldask. You've been involved with a married man for 8 years.
9.
9 years! Why do you do it to yourself? Why do you keep coming back for more?
Well, I only suspected that he was married 5 years ago, and then I asked him about it 4 years ago, and then I got the evidence 3 years ago, and then I confronted him with it 2 years ago, and then finally he admitted it only last year, so really, to be fair, it's only been a year.
Phyllis Sykes, you've had a string of degrading relationships.
Yes, I have.
Now, your last boyfriend got drunk, totaled your car with you in it, which left you in intensive care for over a year, and during your painful convalescence, he never visited you. He withdrew your life savings, spent the money on other women, held orgies in your apartment, got you evicted, and yet I understand you still live with this man.
Well, you would really have to meet him. David is like, he's like a bad little boy, He's like, when he looks at me with these big puppy dog eyes, and I can't stay mad at him.
Now, he sold you to an Iraqi businessman. Didn't he?
Yes, he did. But his landscaping business was faltering, and he needed the money, and David never intended for it to be permanent. See?
With us today is Dr. Norma Heffering, author of the book, Women Good, Men Bad. Doctor, what the heck's going on? Enlighten us.
Well, Phil, these women lack a basic sense of self-worth, and this makes them feel they deserve, everything they get, they deserve.
Now, what prompted you to write Women Good, Men Bad? Was it something in your personal life?
I'd really rather not discuss it.
Oh, come on now, Doctor. Isn't this the kind of ivory tower armchair analysis you sociologists are always handing us? Elaine and Phyllis poured their hearts out to us. Now, surely you can tell us a little bit about your personal experience with men.
My personal experience simply is not relevant to the topic. I'm a clinical psychologist. This is my field of expertise. I'm perfectly willing to enlighten you on the subject of why women stay in degrading relationships, but I will not discuss my personal life.
Please.
Just drop it.
Elaine, you gave up a career for a married man.
Yes, because he was married, he could only give me 15 minutes notice before a date, so I had to sit by the phone and wait for his call.
And you had been a marine biologist.
Yes, but it was impossible for me to go to sea when I had to be there for his calls.
Okay, we've got a caller. Are you there? Hi.
Yes, I know exactly how these women feel. I was in a degrading, exploitive relationship with a pompous egomaniac for years. My husband was never there for me emotionally because all he cared about was his precious career.
Your voice sounds familiar. Have you called before?
It's your ex-wife, Phil, and I just called her, but...
Well, Dr. Heffering, didn't that caller make a point? I mean, it's not just the mistress, it's not just the girlfriends who get exploited. What about the wives? Aren't you giving them the back of your hand? I mean, well, have you ever been married?
I'd really rather not discuss it, Phil.
Ever been engaged?
No.
Pinned?
No. I don't want to discuss it. All right, I'm a lesbian, okay? Are you satisfied?
Sir, you have a point.
Yeah, I just want to say that I don't think all men are insensitive brutes, And, I mean, from high school, I just never understood women who went out with guys who treated them badly when there's guys like me who are just looking for, a caring and sharing relationship. And, just a woman to spend their life with.
Excuse me, please. I'm trying to see that very attractive man behind you. Could you sit down?
Any comment?
Yeah, I know what these broads need, and I got it. Okay? You want a sharing relationship? I got something to share with you. Okay? You want a buddy? Buddy up on this.
Excuse me, do you live in the city? Do you need a lift home?
Phil, excuse me, do you have any rules about dating members of your audience?
Excuse me, any sisters at home like you?
Well, it's a fascinating question. I feel we've just touched the tip of the iceberg.
I'll give you the tip of the iceberg.
The name of the book is Women Good, Men Bad. Tune in next week
Yeah, tune in this next week.
when our guest will be Lee Iacocca.
Iacocca this.